See darken a little bit. All right, people. First things first. My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG Technology Screens. We like to do a little segment on here called Daily Walk and Talk. We get out and walk around, get some exercise, taking a different route this time. Am I going all the way to the fountain? Probably not. Probably gonna do a light walk today, but then again, I've said that and done other things. Did I bring any change for me just in case if we do hit the fountain? Oh, I did bring something with me. Cool. All right, that'll definitely work. All right, so bottom line is, the reason why I do this walk and get out here is because, as I said before, I was diagnosed with rare lung disease. One day I'll look it up and show you. I don't like to look at it because it causes anxieties for me. But I know God has it taken care of, so I don't have to worry about it. But it's something like usually I don't really talk about too much. But anyway, so I add this in here because it's something I suffered from, and I was able to get out, and with the Lord behind me and in front of me, was able to beat the disease. So we get out every day, get our walk in. So we're doing a light walk today. And that's rare you will see that there. You will see in Allentown, you see these people walking around with these trash cans, and they clean up like all over Allentown. So you barely don't see a lot of trash. These guys are everywhere. It's a pretty cool program. These guys are all over Allentown and they clean up all the trash. That's why you don't ever see any trash out here, because they're constantly out here cleaning. Now, I'm not sure, 100% sure on it. I have to look into it, but they said it may be a program for the prison unit, for people who have lighter sentences, that they get a chance to come out and basically, be outside and chill, and be able to get some air and stuff like that. But I'm not sure on that yet, so I'm gonna look on that first, see what that's all about. Take a walk through here. Nice area. I've seen this kind of bike before. There's some pretty cool buildings on it. We're just taking a different route. I try to switch it up. Usually just go straight through. I try to do some curves here and there. Bus station here. I have no idea what this is all about. That would freak me out. Why did you have a pole there? You're missing, like, seriously. They put a pole here and a pole here. Why wouldn't you put one here and here and here and here? Again, it baffles me. That terrified me about that building. That's an apartment complex, by the way. Someone jumps the curve and hits that thing, boom. I think you would put a pole all around them. Usually, most of the ones I've seen like that will have poles all around them. That's what they have. They put a barricade here and there. I have no idea who thought of that idea. That's a bad one. Why do you have them on the outside anyway? Aren't those things supposed to be in the basement? I would think that's why I would want my gas line, major gas line and meter, to be inside, instead of outside. All right. Playoffs. There we go. So I basically advise people to go out and work out, go exercise, take a walk, lay off the vaping, please. The people who vape, stop doing that, please, really seriously. You're killing yourselves with that stuff. Very dangerous. I think the first people who started on vaping should have been able, they probably did file lawsuits because, vaping was a term of a better way, safer way than smoking. Put it this way, putting any chemicals in your body that are not supposed to be in there are going to cause problems. A lot of problems. So, you know, it's like out of the fireplace, out of the frying pan into the fire scenario. People say it's a hard process. Yeah, I know it's a hard process. I had a friend of mine who went to quit smoking. It's a very hard process. Some people can quit in a day, and some people it takes them years to do it. My sister did it. She quit when she had a mild stroke. Yeah, wake up call. Blessed for her, she was blessed that she got nothing bad happened. She got full function of her body. But she had a stroke. And yup, it'll remind you, hey, you might want to stop doing this. Okay, you don't want to listen? There you go. This will make you listen. Yup. Now, no cigarettes at all, period. She hasn't smoked the last 5 years. So, that vaping stuff, dangerous. Smoking, very dangerous. We're getting hills on this side. So wait till we get to snow time. Snow time, like I said, heavy pack. And we're going to be treading it on the opposite side where there's more hills, because I prefer to do those in the snow. It'd be kind of cool if I can take Taco Cat with me. Taco Cat. Yeah, that'd be nice. But anyway, great way to get exercise in. Counter's on. Oh, our counter for yesterday, because my phone died, 19,000 steps and some change. Let's pull out the counter and show you. Let me see. Since we're in the shade right now. All right. All right. This is what we're kicking in now. And this is what we got yesterday. So yesterday, 19,913. Wait a minute. So I should look at this correctly. If I knew I got that yesterday, I'd have just did a walk around the block and got to 20,000 in. God, whatever. So now, this is what we're doing now. So roughly, if I hit the park and I loop it and bring it back, I get around 19, 20,000 steps. This is why I want to do that meter thing. Put the meter in. I got to register with the city, I think it is. Put the meter in, and I can donate my walks to charity. Because, you know, they give you stuff, but I don't need that. We got something we can do, a fundraiser. Every time we go and walk, money we can donate to charity. Got to do something with the walk time, right? We do two good things out of it. Get a chance to get some exercise in, better ourselves, and help somebody out in the process. I'm for that. Okay, this is something I have to bring up. I don't know why people do this. What is the purpose of hitting the gas and going faster if you're angry about somebody? So, like I said, I'm not a big, gigantic guy. I'm not. I basically work out for the size I want to be. That's it. I had some YouTubers come on and go, oh, you're not huge. I'm not trying to be huge. That's not my goal. My goal is to get myself in shape, breathe better. My goal is within between my chest right now, my lungs. That's my goal. But the lifting and pushing up, doing push-ups and stuff and lifting is for my lungs. It's not to become big and have all these muscles. It's for my lungs so I breathe better. That was my purpose. My purpose is when I first started, because I was a thin kid coming up, was to build body mass, to be stronger. Because I was deep into martial arts and I wanted stronger strikes. That was that purpose. It's perfect. It's different. This purpose is to build my lungs up so my lungs are stronger. I breathe better. But in the process of me doing the push-ups and the sit-ups and all that stuff, I picked up some little bit of muscle mass. I can move my chest back and forth. It moves when I talk. It moves when I eat. I like that part. My shoulders came in nice. I like that. My arms came in nice. I like that. So I feel I like that. It came with the plus side of working out. Right now, I'm back on the lemon juice diet, which means that I can't, well, fasting. I can't have anything for 6 days but lemon juice. It's gonna be fun. But anyway, so there's that. And I did it purposely in the middle of Labor Day, knowing there's gonna be a barbecue and I can't touch anything. Because again, that allows me to see that self-control kick in. Lemon juice, people, lemon juice. But that's why I got into it, because my lungs, I started working out more. But anyway, so I see other people at the end of the day who don't work out. And for some reason, I notice this, that when they drive past you and they're in a car, they feel the need to burn off in speed, like they're trying to match what you look like versus the car's speed. I'm like, are you kidding me? Come on, people. Look, just go work out. That's all you got to do. That's it. Just go walk, go work out. That's all you got to do. That's simple. Good morning. Good morning. That's all you got to do is work out. Because you can race your car all you want. You're still going to be the same person you are when you get out of it and when you get into it. It's going to be the same thing. Nothing's going to change. Going faster in your car is not going to help you. And like I said, my other friends that are big guys, they're bodybuilders. Yeah, men can be like women. They can. You guys get a little petty. Y'all start giggling and laughing. Like, it's not my fault that you're insecure about your body. That's not my problem at the end of the day. That's your problem. To snicker and laugh and giggle. How is that harming me at the end of the day? I see that, I look at it as you have insecurity issues. I'm gonna go home and do my push-ups, sit-ups, chin-ups, lift my weights and all that stuff. You pretty much gonna go home. I don't know how you go home, but don't care because it's none of my business, but that's you. It's an insecurity issue. When I see guys bigger than me, I see a lot of guys way bigger than I am. Do I sit there and point and make fun? No. I basically go, wow, that's freaking cool. How much do you bench? For goodness sake, you bench a car, go out there and joke and laugh with them. Respect what they do at the end of the day, because again, it takes a lot of work to get where they're at. That's a lot of focus, a lot of dedication. I respect that. So I got no hatred or jealousy over somebody that's bigger than me. No, I respect that. They had to work hard to get it. You ever watch a documentary on a weightlifter and what they go through? The training process? It's crazy. Like the food they eat, everything, the calorie counting and all that stuff, it's crazy. It's like a full-time job. They go through a lot to get those bodies, So I respect that, That's what I respect. Right from the door. Look at the size of this pit bull. That's a big one, ain't it? Nah, he ain't vicious. I'll tell you why he ain't vicious. If you're in an apartment complex over here, your dog can't be vicious. You know why? Because one of the things pit bulls get struck with the hardest is they consider them to be very dangerous dogs, but you're not. Depends on the owner. German Shepherds can be dangerous. Any dog can be dangerous. It's up to the owner who makes the dog. The pit bulls makes them different because pit bulls have lockjaw capabilities. They clamp on something, it's like getting hit by an alligator with a death roll. That's what it's like. That's what makes them a little bit more dangerous. But anyway, they're pretty friendly dogs. If that was a real vicious dog, he'd have leaped by now already. Like that German Shepherd. Now that right there, that's a vicious dog. That dog leaped. So, nah. You wouldn't, that's not. Unless if you got it on command, but still I can tell, even if you had on command, the dog does show some form of aggression. When it's basically when they're either fighters or they're basically they're just aggressors, period. They always have that little tendency they show. They puff the chest up, ears go up, tail goes straight up. They go into a defense mode, like they're getting ready. You raise pit bulls. I raised a lot of pit bulls for a very long time, and you see it. So it's a big old friendly dog, just like Bubba and Buddha. Big pit bulls, very nice dogs. But yeah, if it was aggressor, you'd have saw it by now. And that German Shepherd on the other hand. I love that dog. I do like the aggressors. He got an alpha male. He definitely has one. But the problem with the alpha males is that they have to grow up around those or around them. Anything else outside not growing up, you're in trouble. If you walk up to that dog, he will take you out. So most likely, if God forbid if the owner passed, most likely what they'll do with the dog is to basically put him in he'll be perfect for a guard dog. Definitely perfect for a guard dog. But the owner who has him is going to have to be to train him to make him become loyal to him, which is kind of hard to do when it comes to alphas. But he make a fantastic guard dog. I wouldn't jump that gate with that sucker in there. Ain't nowhere in the world. Because when he lashed out, when he jumped at me, he thought I was going to yell at him. No, I started laughing. I said, "Oh, you got a nice one." Yeah, because I've seen it. I had an aggressor like that. That's amazing. Like, oh man, it's a beautiful dog, man. I had to walk him and ask some questions about it. Because yeah, that's definitely alpha male. When them dogs jump at you like that, especially with no warning at all whatsoever, yeah, that's a killer. That's a dog to do what he got to do. He ain't got to do much. He don't got to give any commands. Just saw him a few minutes ago. I always see everybody twice down here. I literally just saw him a few minutes ago walking right past us. It's weird because I'll bump into these people like, man, you're like, what, you got a teleport system? 1 minute you're here, you're there? Yeah. He got a dog. I can smell the cleaner that he's using. That cleaner he got is basically dog's pee and PNP. That heat kicks up, gives off a scent. So it smells like this kind of, I don't know, it's an interesting smell that they have. But that cleaner he's using, it'll kill all that. Because I used to smell it when I just walk past it, and you can't smell it no more. You gotta keep that spray down. Constantly gotta keep that spray down. All right, we're just sending up a hill. So we're doing this side. This side has the hill on it. So this is the side we're doing. Just sending up the hill. Oh, man. So I probably most likely, I would say, coming to September, I'm going to take up, I'm still going to take up judo. I like taekwondo better, but I'm definitely going to take up judo. Yeah, well, I have to move, man. People walk this way, and this way. I walk straight. So I'm not going to go around you. You're going to move to this side. You got plenty of room on the sidewalk. Move to the side. See, that's one of the things me and my sister was talking about. Because we're from Philly. You do that in Philly, that'll get you hurt. Up in Allentown, it's a little different up here. So people will stare at you for a bit. Not because they're being rude, just they stare sometimes. And in Philly, or any other Badlands, you already know how that works. You can't be staring at people like that, because two things come to mind. You stare at somebody for too long. If you look at them, look away, that's cool. But you staring at them, especially when you live in Badlands like that, they're thinking that either you up to something or you out there to get somebody. That's what pops up. And automatically, that draws everybody on the block or in that section to lock and load. So there's certain rules you know. See boys on the corner? You know one? Wave high. That's base fighting. I used to come in and chat with them, but now I keep my distance because at one point I wanted to chat with one of them. I wanted to go shake his hand. They got busted right down the corner. And I'm sitting up there getting busted too. I'm like, what the freak? And they calls on over. They say, no. He not with us. He not with us. He's somebody a dog man, because I was a dog man in the neighborhood. That's a dog man over there. And one of the officers knew me. So not that officer, another guy came up. Because there was a rookie on there, and the rookie was talking all this trash. Man, that was an interesting day. That was like 3 or 4 times that happened. I got pinched. But anyway, it was that nonsense. But the other incident was, oh man, that was funny. I did lose my temper on that one. I was outside with these big fuzzy bear slippers on, and I was walking Hugo early in the morning. And I had a cup of tea in my hand, mug of tea, and I'm sitting there walking my dog. No sooner than I walk up the street and come back down, I seen the wagon come up. I seen everybody in the corner get pinched. I'm walking back. Officer points to me. I was like, what? Excuse me? He's like, you, I need you over here. I said, I ain't coming over there. I'm walking my dog. You don't see me out here, bathrobe, freaking pajamas on, slippers, and a freaking cup of tea. Well, you know, with tea, I got a big cup in my hand. Can't be tea or coffee. He said, you gotta come over here. I said, dude, my dog is running around. You know, and I don't want my dog. That was Tigger. That'd have been a bad situation because Tigger would have jumped on him. But thank God I had Hugo out there. Like I said, God watches over you. I had Hugo out there. And Hugo's friendly. But I don't want them mistaken because Hugo's a big animal. Mistaken for a vicious dog. So I said, can I put my dog in the house at least? He said, no, you can't. Man, me and that rookie got in an argument that day, boy. Got in an argument. I was cursing him out. I'm sorry, people, but yeah, they'll try to arrest me for some dumb nonsense. So we in there arguing back and forth. Like, man, you don't know your freaking job at the end of the day. He parks his car. They parked the vehicle right in front of my crib. In front of my crib, I got 13 cameras on my building. You can clearly see them. I said, that's my spot right there. Guess what, Joker? You on candy camera. Everything's being recorded. I'll wait in front of the camera. So wait, gentlemen. Wait in front of the camera. Some of these cameras were network cameras. So now my people seeing it too. So next you know, 20 minutes later, here comes some cars driving up. They're my people coming up, figuring out what's going on. So long story short, in this whole confusion of nonsense, one of the officers that I did know happened to pop up on the scene and said, get them handcuffs off him. He lives right there. Now he's old, he's a senior officer. Other guy's a rookie. They take the handcuffs off me. Now me and the senior having words, you know, away from him. And I said, how about you do this? How about you come back up here tomorrow and you leave your bags and gun behind and we have a little fun out here in the street, me and you. Now, started talking some nonsense about the academy. You know, we studied judo. Okay. I ain't gonna tell you what rank I am in Taekwondo, but I guarantee you, I'll mop the floor with you. So, he running his mouth. When he got in the car, the officer in the car, who knows my sensei, because he trained him, that's how I knew him, met him, explained to him who I was trained under and how I was trained. He didn't come back up. Of course he didn't come back up. In judo, they teach them in the academy. You gotta be kidding me. It's efficient if you don't know anything, but if you know something, it ain't gonna do you any good. So, yeah, I had to pray on that. That caused me to lose my temper on that one. So, yeah, I had to pray on that one. That was just downright stupid. I mean, you could ask me a couple questions. Dogs out there running around. I don't want Hugo run out in the street and get hit by a car. Put my dog's life in danger. You're gonna be a jerk because you want to show authority. Sometimes in neighborhoods like that, it's not good to be the authority figure. Sometimes it's good to be the friend. Be surprised how well things work out. All right, so we took hills this time. Usually we don't do hills. This time we did hills. Judging my hills. So we did hills. Whew. Man, forgot about these suckers. That's a beautiful house. Very beautiful. We got no neighbors. Only on one side. Whew. Man. Freaking hills. I tell you one thing. Nobody in Allentown should ever have heart issues. Ever. And look. There's a park over there. I said light walk, right? Yeah, I know. But it's so fast. We get here so fast. That's what it comes down to. We get here so fast. I feel like we haven't done anything. We're already here at the park. This time, I'm gonna sit down and chill. I haven't had a chance to sit down and chill at the park yet. I'm gonna sit down for a little bit, chill. Probably yoga today. Maybe having yoga classes. Who knows? But yep, I'm glad the Lord took me out of that neighborhood. Because, you know, being in a situation like that, you know, I mean, trying to keep my cool all the time, hard to do. Very hard to do. Definitely a way to test you. Test you. See how far. Make sure you don't go back to that old person again. That's what I see in this whole mess that these YouTubers, these call them stalkers, whatever you want to call them, but that's what they are. You know, why did the Lord allow it to go on for so long? Because the Lord puts you through test. You know, to make sure that that person doesn't come back. As I said before, the path my Lord has got me on and what my company is about to become, I want to be an extremely rich human being. I am. That technology that reads outside, yeah, that's going to make us a ton of money. And imagine if I had the mentality that I had when I was out there going buck wild in the streets and carrying on with that kind of money in my corner. That'd be dangerous. Sit here and chill for a bit. Just relax. It's my old stomping grounds. A little farther down there, turn the corner, would be Julian Apartments. It'd be more like on this side over there. Yep, but everything happens for a reason. There's the PPL building all the way over there. Never been in there. These are apartments over there. Never been in there before. But you can't get me to do an apartment anyway. I won't do them. I won't do them. And that hill, boy. Jeez. Ooh. Ooh. Okie dokie. But yeah, that nonsense that I went through, Lord has to test you to make sure that you're ready to receive certain blessings. Because the devil can come in and twist those blessings into something worse. That's why it's to make sure you're ready. Yep, excuse me, sir. So make sure you're ready for that blessing. Because if I had that same hatred in my heart as I did many years back, we work on the roof. Many years back, this could have been catastrophic for some people. At the end of the day, they did me wrong. That's why it's got to test you. Make sure you're ready for it yet. When you're ready for it. Car away. I don't want his car to get hit. Oh, that's just people coming to pick him up. Cool. But anyway, yeah, we always have to make sure you're ready for it. I can tell you one thing. When I was living up in Haventown, I was not ready for that blessing. Nope. It wasn't because of that. Those guys don't really faze me at all, period. Because they are what they are. Basically, the relationship I was in made me emotionally unstable. It did. And when you're in relationships, especially when they're going near the end of toxic, you can become extremely unstable. So, pride did step in that area because it got to a point that I thought I was better than her friends because I made a lot more money than they did. They had to work longer hours. I didn't. I made more than they did. They work a 9 to 5. I sell 3 gallons of paint. I make $900 within a couple of minutes. When I went to Shady Maples to chill, I had $1,500 on me. The shop. They bought like 20, 30. Most person bought was $100. I bought this Batman poster I wanted. It was a $500 poster. I bought it. Like in the frame, all that stuff, you know what I mean? Anyway, I bought it for $500. They see me buying it, they were like, oh, you buying that? I said, yeah. Why not? He was like, man. So what you got on you? So I bought 15 with me. I said, 15,000? No, 1,500. The shop. She was like, geez. Like, what you be making? I said, I make a lot. I make more than you make. That's that pride stepping. I had to say that. That was unnecessary to say that. But, you know, I just didn't like her friends. They were nice people at the end of the day, but I thought I was better than they were. I made more than you. I got to do what I wanted to do. I could take a day off when I wanted to. I could chill and do this and do that. You can't do that. If I got bills coming up, there's no problem. I take them just like that, no problem. You, on the other hand, you got to struggle, work hard. I don't. So I thought I was better. Can't be that person. God don't like pride. He don't like that kind of person. And even I knew it was wrong what I was doing, I still was doing it. So sometimes the Lord got to knock you down. So that money wasn't ready for me. Wasn't ready for me. Now, different person. Not that person anymore. More humble than what I was before. Still working on a few things. So the Christian's always working on stuff. We're never perfect. Perfect, I wouldn't be here. I'd be in heaven. No need for me to be here. So I just now don't really see money that way anymore. I see it differently. I see where I was in Haventown. I wanted to buy fancy trucks and cars and all this stuff, big homes and stuff, just to show off that I got money. The whole purpose was to show I got money. That's why I got that big house. At the end of the day, to show I got money. But realized that it ain't about all that. I was actually overlooking my treasures in heaven and worried about things on this earth and about how to impress other people. So I got past all that. Had to go through some humbleness, and I'm back on track. I'm ready for that blessing. That money, and that transparent technology. I'm the only person right now that has a screen that can operate out here just like this. This time today, my screen reads. That's a screen that's worth millions of dollars. Everybody around me knows it's worth money. So now I got to worry about that nonsense because I see the greed in people when they come in and talk about it. You know, they got any investors. How many people know about it? There's a lockdown at Patton. Does the government know about it? How's the military? Because it can be used for military use. But I'm not using that way. I got military in the family. They get that stuff. You'll never get out of those contracts ever. I had a niece at Special Ops, and she said, don't do it. You get into one of those contracts, you'll get paid. You definitely will, but you'll never get out. Because you know stuff at the end of the day. Anything you're going to integrate that technology into, you're going to know about it. Which means now, you know about stuff that an everyday civilian wouldn't know about. That's never good. They're going to keep tabs on you left and right. You'll never be free. Everywhere you go, you have some kind of black Crown Victorian, either something, government vehicle, or something parked in front of your door or somewhere, they're going to be there. And make sure you're not going to be saying anything. Yep. Goodbye privacy on your cell phones and all that stuff. All that stuff will be retracted. Got good old Uncle Sam watching everything you do. That's what I'm curious about on top of that. Now, my niece is a very high level officer. What happens when they reach a point where they start talking? You know, you get Alzheimer's will kick in. People mention things. What happens? What happens to that? Now, she don't talk about it. There's certain things she never talks about. Like, I never forget one time at Thanksgiving, she had a little phone on her hip. It had a thumbprint scan to get to the case. It was a special phone. She was allowed to order strikes. We were at the dinner table at Thanksgiving, and whatever flashed into the table, she got up. She didn't say nothing. Conversation ended right there. All you heard in the kitchen was make it happen. That was it. Came out, started talking. We don't ask her Jack. I don't need to know Jack. I don't have to know Jack. I don't want to know Jack at all. But whatever went on in that kitchen, I guarantee it's going to heat one down. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So what happens when if they start talking? See, that's why I wouldn't want to be that deep in. I mean, pretty sure the train would have to be insanely amazing. But still, what you would know, that would be a problem right there. I don't want to know all that. But then you still have no choice. You would have to know. So that would definitely, I couldn't think about that. But anyway, yeah, that. Anyway, let's see. So we'll get one more pass around, and then we'll come back. It's a light walk. We're not doing anything heavy. I always tell myself it's gonna be a light walk, and then bam, next you know, we're down here. Definitely down here. And I can see the devil's angry too. And I'll tell you why. Not from here. I can see it in his eyes when I walk past people. Sometimes you'll see the devil. People look at you, give you an angry look, or whatever. That's him. Upset and angry. But you see my angels behind me. You see my guardians with me. You got to deal with that. That's what you'll deal with. The devil does not play with God's angels at all. I like this tree. I swear, this can be used as some kind of Lord of the Rings kind of setup. They do all kinds of stuff in here. They have meditation glasses, all kinds of stuff. So what they're doing over there? Well, he's doing something cool. Let me see. Oh shoot! Somebody left their vape over here. That's for vape. They left it there. I'll put it this way. I leave those behind. I don't leave too many behind. If I leave a lot of them behind, it's littering. It's littering if you leave too many behind. But I leave one here or one there. You never know. Somebody could be having a really bad day, and I could help them out. Now, the sad thing about it is, naysayers I have on my channel go, oh, he's littering. Because again, they work for Satan. When you do stuff like that, you work for the devil. Yep. You work for the devil. Hopefully seek and find God. So important. Seek and find God. A naysayer, you have to stop this. This is not going to help you in any way whatsoever. As I told you before, that you have to stop following the devil. You have to. The outcome of it is not good. It really isn't. When you follow Satan, you will plague your life. Every time he tells you something, he digs those claws in deeper. I want to check out that right there. So that thing over there, it's supposed to be acoustics. Someone was telling me if you sit here, if you have music playing there, you can literally hear it in there. Or if if you play something there, you can hear it out there. I want to test the acoustics back and forth between that dome. I'll tell you one thing. about the Julian Apartments. The acoustics in there are freaking amazing. Because they got them concrete walls. Hard to get internet in there because it's a transfer through those concrete walls. But the acoustics in there are freaking amazing. Absolutely amazing. Definitely absolutely amazing. Yep. Anything. See, when I do stuff like this, and I know the devil's going to try to come in and discourage that. I know he will. And we usually get these people on YouTube who come out and take shots of the video and try to report me to places. Which I'm going to mention your names because you know who you are. And it's because it's just who you are. Which will be Daniel McAfee, who stalked us on Google. It will be Jamie Fernando Gonzalez, which fellow has a really deep hatred for me. Daryl Franklin Williams, which is another one. Now, I wouldn't say Danny so much, because Danny has disappeared. There's no activity on Danny. There really isn't. There's a fellow who goes by the name of Neighbor Next Door. That fellow at the end of the day. And they'll take clips of things that I've done and try to get me in trouble. That's what they try to do. Lord sees all that. The Lord sees me out here, tells me, put one of your tracks over here, and that's what I do. And you go out and take this part and says, hey, he's littering, and the Lord sees all that. So what do you think is going to happen in that situation? Well, nothing's going to happen to me, but you're going to bring judgment upon your household. That's what you're going to do. That's what you do to yourself. Now, mind you, as I said before, the only reason why you have the ability to be able to do what you do is because God has given you mercy. He's giving you mercy. But if he decides he's tired of you prosecuting his Christian, that's the end of it. You don't wake up the next day. That's what happens. You don't wake up. Or, if he's going to show you mercy, you may suffer a bad illness, and you may need to depend on him to get you out of the illness. That's what will happen. Ooh. Memory. I've seen these benches painted all over the place. In memory of, I'm going to share. Oh, they donated this to somebody who passed away. Well, they can use a track at the end of the day. That's a shame. I see once in a while they show benches where people died and they donated benches to them. There we go. Give them a God Love You track. Just put it right there because you never know. Somebody will see that. They may pick it up. They may read it. Hold on for a minute. Got a few dollars in my pocket. Somebody over there. I seen him in that suitcase the last couple of times. I swear I can't wait to get this money. I definitely feel like I got that bench, get him a job and everything. Let me these tracks are too for him. No, let me get a track, Chief. This one track one. There we go. How you doing, sir? There you go, sir. God Love You track, a few dollars. You have a good day, sir. So, I think I'm gonna help this guy out. Because, you know, like I said, a lot of people who fall in hard times at the end of the day. And it's not their fault. You know, it just happens. We have to do more to help each other out. We have to. You know, we live in a country that has so much, and there should not be people homeless. People should not be on the street. People should not have. Ooh, I love your dog. Morning, yeah. Beautiful. Good morning. Listen to some Christian music over there. This dog. See? Beautiful. Angels are always in the park watching. Yep. Yes, sirree. All right. We forgot the nickels, but we did bring a penny. So that's good. You got a penny to put in for the booth, for the fountain. And the fountain's on. All right, so we're gonna do one more pass through, and then we're gonna basically put something for the fountain. But yeah, we gotta do more, a lot more. And I think the shelters have to be in better shape. They probably are, but I want my own, and I want to definitely start working on my own food drive to be to donate, food to help people out. Allentown has a lot of that going on down here. They do. They have a lot of food drives to help people out. I think that's beautiful. All right, we're going to go one more time around here. We're going to come back through here, and we're going to basically pay our toll. Got a penny because I left the nickels behind. At least I got one penny on me to the fountain. That's what we do. Yeah. So I got to come through here one more time. But yeah, I think right now, roughly in September, I'll be 57. I'm going to take up 2 different forms of training for that. I'm going to take up judo because I like judo. I wanted to get into it before, but I didn't have the weight for it. So I'm definitely going to get into that. And I want to take up Muay Thai, which I do like. Only problem is trying to find somebody. I actually found one person. Actually, one of the people that I was when I was renting, they basically their father was a master, and I just kept in touch with that person. He said he trained people in muscle laces kind of tie. Oh, this should be good. All right, she's out here jogging, getting her jog in. He's getting his jog in. Ooh, they may bump into each other and have a family. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Wait, we're taking the wrong route. That makes no difference. It's like a How I Met Your Mother scenario. Like he's jogging, she's jogging. They bump into each other, and they basically end up having kids and getting married. That'd be awesome. I literally have a t-shirt made called, I have a t-shirt that says, "You have no life with me." Because you really don't have no life with me. I am not trying to get in a relationship. I'm happy in my single life. I freaking love my single life so much. I really do. People say, "But you got it." No. There are some people that can be entertained within themselves. I got so many cool projects I'm working on right now. So I like to be by myself. I love it so much. I don't ever want to be in a relationship ever again. That 5-year relationship, don't get me wrong. First 3 years, nice. After that, they go sour. They really do. They go sour. Not for everybody, but for me, it didn't. I like the fact of being my own person. I like that. Of having a place that nobody's in there but me and my cat. That's what I like. So for me, to be by myself, I freaking love it. Woo, got my penny. Got my penny to put in the coin. So for me to be by myself, I freaking love it. I love the single life. I'm never, ever going back in a relationship ever again. I love it. And people say, "You eat by it?" Yeah, I do. I like to eat by myself. I really do. But yes, once in a while, I'll bring one of my lady friends out with me. Just to chill with, because I got people I'm cool with. That's as far as it goes. All right, we're going to pair a toe over here to the fountain. Going to do. So, there you go. Pair a toe. Now we go walk back down to where the FBI building's at, and I start my day. But anyway, yeah. I like to be single. I tell you, I told myself if I ever got myself back to that person again, hold on a minute. Ooh, what the heck happened down there? If I ever got myself back to that person again, I'm never leaving. Never leaving. I just didn't like, I got at least I tried a chance to try it, 5 years. I got a chance to see what it's like. But it's just not for me. It isn't. I mean, I'm gonna do one more. I'm still not tired yet. You have to have someone you have to care for all the time, and yeah, I don't know. I can't do that. I like my cat. That's basically about it. I'll probably get me a dog. That's basically about it. What if anybody tall enough worries about clipping that thing? Every time I walk past it, I'm only 5'11", but I feel like I'm gonna clip that thing. But anyway, yeah, I like that. I like my freedom. I do. I really do enjoy it. And I got a couple friends at the end of the day talking about, you don't want to be, no, I like my life, I do. Now that's for them. They like that whole couple thing. Me, nah. Me, my cat, and Netflix, that's it. And God. Me, God, cat, and Netflix. What the freak is hitting those bushes like that? Oh, that's a person behind the bushes. That's a big animal to take bushes like that. Oh my goodness, it might be the panther cat. Remember the cat I told you about? I saw a giant cat. Panther cat. That's somebody trimming the bushes. So it's panther cat. All right, I'm gonna get a couple push-ups in, some verticals, something nice, and after that, we are going to be hitting back. Put you guys here. Quick. All right, dirty hands. Don't want to touch t-shirt, dirty hands. Good. I like to do the push-ups because the push-ups calibrate my lungs. All right, we're going to head back around because we come from here, walk all the way around here, all the way around. It's a big loop. But I like doing the push-ups because the push-ups calibrate my lungs. So when we walk, I usually have to get a push-ups here and there, calibrate everything again. Whew. Beautiful park. Question. If you had to be out, say this was the woods, right? You're trapped out here. How would you make this livable? That's one of the things I like about doing the survival camping. Survival camping, it depends on what they give you. And they stick you out in the woods, because I got the military family. And you have to figure out if you're dropped in an area like this, shelter, food, all that. So you get yourself a buck knife. It's fantastic. There's so much you can do with a buck knife. So much you can do with a buck knife. Especially if they give you a tarp. They give you a tarp and a buck knife, you're in business. You are definitely in business. You got shelter. With that buck knife, you got shelter and food. Yep. Definitely. That's why I watch a lot of those videos with boondocking and survival videos. I like those. That one guy, the Outdoor Boys, I think they call him. Man, that trick he showed at the end of the day, that was pretty impressive. The fact that he went in and snapped that twig, sharpened it down like a toothpick. You're gonna find worms anywhere. You're definitely gonna find worms. So, dug up a worm, stuck it on that toothpick. And so you always carry around some string on you, whatever. You never know when you may need it. But anyway, put on that string, threw it out there, caught a fish, caught a small fish. Took that fish, cut it up, caught a bigger fish with it. That was impressive. That was impressive. You know, always carry around a flint stone, not flintstone, with you. So basically you can spark, get a little fire going. Always have one on me. Always have one on me. You never know. Never know. But anyway. Always have one on you. Never know. You know, you might have to start a fire. You have to keep warm. Got to cook. All that stuff. Got to boil water. You know, for the Nancy boys, they're on my channel. You know you are, the trolls that are afraid to drink freaking river water. Sometimes that's all you're going to have. So you're going to take some of that out, stick it on some fire, you're going to sanitize it, you're going to make your coffee, your tea, or whatever with it. That's what you're going to do. Yeah. Oh, they're playing. Squirrels are playing. Woo. All right, I'm gonna hit this area. We're done. Push out here. Walk back the other way. Apparently never been camping before. You do know when you camp, right? There's no toilets out there, right? Unless they go to luxury camping. Yeah, apparently you've never been camping. I've done several different types of camping. I've been ice fishing. That is an interesting event. That really is. Now, ice constantly cracks and shifts underneath you. And you really feel like the whole thing is going to go under with you. Man, I tell you something. I have to say this. Hanging around with some of my white friends, I got a chance to experience some crazy stuff. I've never been ice fishing a day in my life until I met one of my friends who ice fishes all the time. He says, "Hey, Ken, you ever been ice fishing before?" And I go, "No, not really." He said, "You want to go?" I was like, "Sure, why not?" Because again, I'm not going to say no. I'm curious how all this works. I mean, I skate, you know, been on ice before, but the difference between skating and sitting in one place on ice is the fact that you're constantly moving, so you don't hear cracking too much unless you run on some thin ice. Then you're going to hear it. Other than that, you're going to hear that popping and cracking. So we get out there, and they park this truck on the ice. Now I'm looking at the ice, I'm looking at the truck. I'm thinking at the end of the day, something's going to have to give. That truck's going to go, we're going to go, we're all going to go. And I'm sitting up there, I'm scared to death. Because now we got a truck on the ice with us. But, you know, they're cool, they know what they're doing, so whatever. And now as we're setting everything up, this guy pulls out this drill. Now you got freaking truck and someone punching holes in the ice with a huge drill. Yeah, that ain't fun to watch. And then now you're sitting up in this tent. They got a buddy heater system up in there. So now you got heat, holes, and a truck on ice that you can constantly hear shifting and cracking underneath of you. Yeah, ice fishing. Yeah, it's an interesting experience. You'll become real close with God with that one. But yeah, I'll never forget that. All the cracking and moving and shifting, yeah, freak you out. And these suckers are sound asleep. I'm wide awake. I got no sleep in that whole entire situation. But it works. It works. But it freaked me out, man. But I tell you, it's an experience I'll never forget as long as I live. Because even if you can swim, you're going to die either way. You're not cold. That lake is, you'll die of a heart attack. Hypothermia, you'll die. Yep, even if they do pull you out, you still run the risk of dying from hypothermia or getting frostbite. So yeah, there's that. It was fun though. Got a minute, got my glasses back on. But yeah, it was fun. It was interesting. But I tell you one thing. You gotta, like Cat Williams said, you gotta get some white friends. Because man, you'll do some stuff that you wouldn't believe. They do some interesting stuff. I'm not saying my people don't do interesting stuff, but we don't do that stuff. We don't. Snowboarding? Yeah, hang around my Caucasian friends. Or snowboarding. So if you skateboard, You can snowboard. Yeah, but only difference is snowboard goes down much faster. Much, much faster. Yeah, a lot faster. It's the same thing. There's nothing different about it. Yeah. And again, I didn't know how to stop either. You know, you're supposed to take the small hills. Not Mr. Bird. Mr. Bird takes a large hill. So I figure, it's all snow out there. I possibly can't get jacked up, but you can. Hold on a minute. Gotta adjust my clothes. I can't stand having my stuff hanging. But anyway, so this year we're going to the Poconos. I want to do that snow tubing. I've been dying to do that. Go down the hill with a bunch of people on a raft. Oh yeah, we definitely doing that. Wearing a helmet too, because I ain't trying to kill myself. But yeah, I'm gonna get one of those inflatable snowman outfits. You all gonna dress up like holiday figurines and go down the side of a hill. GoPro the whole thing. So we got another person. It's gonna be in one raft. He's gonna be recording us so we get that side view and all that's gonna be freaking fun. I'll go down there. I may do horseback riding. I don't know. I'm not particularly fond of horses. Beautiful creatures and all, but yeah. All right, not too far from where we gotta go. Did we say light walk? It never turns out that way. It's never going to be that way. Because I know myself. The minute I pass this point up here, I even took a hill. Because we used to go straight down. We usually don't do none of the hill. Hills are on this side. And I still ain't tired out yet. So we're used to it. By the time we reach this, we're like, okay, we haven't really done anything. Let's go a little farther. That's one thing too. When you do your walks and stuff, if you're used to that routine, don't keep doing it. Change it up. Because then you get lazy with it. Sorry, a bug on my ear. You get lazy with it. So change it up. You know, if you're doing the stairs, go on one time, go back up, pay the toll, and go up again. Then you got used to that. You're easy to do that. Make it 3 now. Now the toll went up. You got to pay that toll. It went up a little more. Now you got to do 3. If you make it sit back and make excuses, and yeah, it's the excuse of the New Year's resolution is coming upon us soon in 2026. You have a lot of people sitting there, you know, feeling all bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. They're going to say, you know what, this year is going to be the year. I'm going to go out and I'm going to do blah, 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 blah. And this time I'm going to do it. I'm going to stick to it. But it's going to be, hopefully it's not the same thing for next year and the year after that. That's why people go to the gym. Can't stand freaking New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. But then the gym is super crowded. I don't go to the gym, so I don't go through this mess. But my buddy does. He said it's super crowded in there. There's all these people in there, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. Now the funny thing about it is, interesting about it is, out of 100, most likely 3 of them are probably going to stay. 3 are going to stay. That's like when I used to run track, and we used to run the run around West River Drive, and every freaking New Year's Eve to New Year's Day, you get all these people out there crowding the track, and they all out there. They tell us their plans and hopes and this, that, and the other. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it, so forth and so forth. So they have all these different plans they're gonna do, the resolution. And they'll drop off one by one. The excuses start popping up. That's why I'm making my business up to get involved. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? And I go, well, we'll see. See if you stick around. And sure enough, they'll start to disappear. They'll fade off one by one. And the next you know, they're not there anymore. And then we always get that 1 or 2 that will stick in there. Will stay. No matter what, they'll be there. and we train them. And next thing you know, they are part of the group, running with the group. And like, hey, see Frank over there? Frank was just like you. But Frank stayed in there. And Frank became part of the group. That could be you. And Frank's a fantastic support. Frank can go in there and tell you, like, yeah, I was just like you. I went through the ups and downs and all that, everything. Now, once you become a part of the crew, and we know you're doing it, you know, you're not just talking, then you know you got my phone number, got my other people's in there, you got their phone number, just in case if you're going through something, or you feel like you're going to backslide, got somebody you can reach out to, give you support. We can meet you at the track, you know. We got a bunch of us. Somebody always gonna meet you at the track. So if you want to go there and work out, get a little more exercise in, got somebody to meet you there. So we'll help you. We'll help you lose it. You know, one of the people who joined the group, she was a dietitian, which was fantastic, because you know she could tell you what to eat. Not everybody's eating habits, especially mine. My eating habits are horrible. But like I said, I work out every day, but still horrible eating habits. Some of them had to be changed because the acid reflux disease, man, that stuff is brutal. That is brutal. You want to know what it feels like to have a heart attack? Yeah, you get that? You'll understand what I'm talking about, what a heart attack will feel like. Brutal. But yeah. Oh man, young people. Well, I tell you, wait till you reach my age. There are so many beautiful things your body's going to try to do to you. It's going to be hilarious. It is. You understand about the whole breakdown of your body and what it really means at the end of the day. Your body and you. Yep. Now, I played a lot of aggressive sports when I was young. I broke bones, a lot of bones. I'm surprised I don't suffer from arthritis. I really am. I'm shocked that I don't. Because I should be really messed up. I got screws in my kneecap. Yeah, I busted some stuff up. But then again, I work out all the time, so that helps. But the acid reflux disease. Oh man, that is an interesting one right there. That is a real interesting one. That's the most objective thing I've ever seen. So, you know, late night eating, spicy foods, all that stuff you like to indulge in. I myself, guilty of that, number one. You'll be sitting there eating, and the worst ones when you smell it coming up. Now, when you smell this stuff, it's going to be bad. It's going to be jacked up, especially if you already went through this stuff before. If you already went through this stuff before, and you went to the hospital and all that nice stuff, and you remember that smell will haunt you for the rest of your life. Because every time you smell it, you'll freak out. Because you know what's coming. So, for me, when mine triggers off, I drink a ton of water. What, they have some kind of karaoke? I was wondering what they have there. But yeah, I drink a ton of water. And that's usually what flushes mine. And some Tums. That's what works for me. But everybody else has their own ritual, what they do at the end of the day to get rid of it. But it is pretty jacked up when you do have it. Oh, if I make it around Chief over here. Excuse me, Chief.
Very relaxing.
So, that's one of the things you're going to have to worry about. The other thing is you're going to have to go through the whole day of figuring out what you call acid reflux bingo. And that's where you try to figure out exactly what is going to jack you up and what's not going to jack you up. I'm about to hit the chin-up bar. Go around back and hit the chin-up bar, but you can't take it there because, again, weirdos on the channel. But anyway, yeah, that's another one right there. So when I got mine, I was eating Doritos and a Pepsi, drinking a Pepsi at 3 o'clock in the morning. And everything was great. Gets around 4 o'clock, I started doing some gaming. And the next thing I noticed that I smelled this really weird sulfur smell. And then next thing you know, it just came up through my chest and it felt like somebody just basically took a hot iron and pressed it on my chest. It was horrible. So with that process, we're feeling the tightness in my jaw, tightness in my arm. Well, first it was a tight, before I got to throwing up, it was a tightness in my arm and tightness in my jaw. That nonsense went on. And this is why I started thinking I was having a heart attack, because it gives up all the same symptoms as a heart attack. It really does. But you're not having a heart attack at all. But it feels like it. So they rushed me to the hospital, and then that's where I threw up when it came up. Yep. Acid reflux disease. So as long as I don't eat certain things at a certain time, I'm good. I can actually have whatever I want. Just can't eat certain stuff at a certain time. But I had to figure out exactly what to eat and what would jack me up, and that's what I had to figure out. That's the jacked up part. Freaking food bingo nonsense. So yep. So let me see where we're at on the counter. My phone. Check my whatchamacallit. So we're coming at the counter. Woo! That's not bad. 7,652. I'm gonna hit probably my 10,000 or 20,000 today. That's not bad at all. We walked from the whatchamacallit. We did 4 around the park and then came back. I think that's gonna be my usual. It's gonna be 4. I think my laces are loose. Give me a minute, people. Gotta tie up. Definitely gotta get some wax laces next time. Here we go. All right. Gotta get some wax laces. They'll grip better. But anyway, yep, got that 7,000 in. Let me see. I think I'm gonna cut up. I want heat, and I definitely want a hill. Definitely want a hill. We gotta hit the FBI building in order to complete it, and then I gotta turn around and I gotta walk all the way up to this other place. But that's not gonna be on camera. I just have to hit my destination. My destination is the FBI building. That's where I have to hit. So we're gonna do the hills on this side. That's 7,000. I should roughly be at 10,000, maybe more than that by the time we hit the FBI building. So we're midway downtown. Midway. Not all the way through. You know what I'm thinking about right now? Lifting. I want to go back and lift some more. I want to lift some more, do some more push-ups. That's what I'm thinking about right now. I know they heard that whole entire thing. I know they heard it. These apartments right here, I was going to get one of these. These apartments right here are interesting. The walls are paper thin. I literally heard a whole conversation when the window was shut from somebody right there where that crosswalk is at. I was going to get the unit right over there. I was about to rent that one. And you know, maybe walk out of the unit. I heard the whole conversation across the street. Somebody right there was selling a bike to the other guy, and they were haggling on the price. I heard the whole thing, like crystal clear. It's almost like I was outside the building. I was like, good gracious. If the walls are that thin, that means that if I can hear a whole conversation here, can you imagine what you can hear inside the building? The walls are that thin? Oh yeah, definitely red flag. Huge red flag. And no sooner than I walked out of that application that I read the reviews on this place. They built them too fast, way too fast. A lot of problems they had with them. Overheating issues, windows leaking, all kinds of stuff. I can share the reviews. It's crazy. Fire alarms going off automatically. Look how the buildings are built. See that cheap siding? These things catch fire, they will burn like a box of matches. Cheaply made. But I already heard that whole conversation out there. Now, if I heard a conversation where somebody's talking about a bike, selling a bike, can you imagine if that car raced by? I'd have picked up that whole thing. Only thing good about the Julian apartments is that the walls were concrete. They were thick. It's like being in a bunker. Internet had a really difficult time pushing through. Wi-Fi had a hard time. That's why they use all hard lines in there. But anyway, yeah, that was the only thing. So they had those thick walls. Acoustics were good, sound was good. And even though I couldn't hear the people over top me, I couldn't imagine if I lived in these places, what I would have heard. You would have heard anything. Somebody dropped a pin drop it. It's like somebody dropping weights. I was like, good gracious. I didn't say anything about it. I just told him I wasn't interested. I had $1,400 a month to freaking rent out a spot that you can literally hear a full conversation of someone selling a bike across the street. No. All right. We're almost halfway there. Wait for a minute. You guys here? I'd like to tidy myself up a little bit when I'm walking. Well, look at that rock. Rock and roll, baby. Rock and roll. Well, they got it there. They probably picked it up with a dozer and brought it in. All right. Walk down here. I want to hit the whatchamacallit. I wonder. Hold on a minute. I always try to lengthen my walk, so that way I can get more steps in. Oh man, I remember taking this sucker at the end of the day. This is a jacked up hill. Man, I did this for a solid year. A solid year I did that walk. I was in the garage for 1 year. So since being on this side of Allentown, you got to walk up this side. And this side is nothing but hills on that side. That Martin Luther King Drive, my God. I remember walking that one multiple times. That's a hill right there. I do want to do it in the snow. I do want to do it with a heavy pack. That I definitely want to do. Because that would be interesting. That'd be definitely interesting. Would they put me in the hospital? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. That's the fun part about it. Will it put me in the hospital? That's the fun part about it. But yeah, that hill is a freaking beast. Man, jeez. I remember one time I was trying to contemplate the two evils, like which one would have been the worst. I could have taken this way, which is worse because you got to come up on a curve on this side over here. If you take that side, you got to come up on a curve. So it curves around when you come up. This one over here on 21, which is the school on that side, comes straight up. Yeah, because one time I came straight up 21, turned and took the hill up here and came up this way. But that sucker right there, good God. That one is a nightmare. That Martin Luther King is a nightmare. It is. I walk that sucker every single day for 1 year. So I think my lungs should be good. And the 21, I did that one too. But I had no choice because there is nowhere around the hills. When you're on that side, there's no way around those hills. No way around. I try to map it out, like, how can I skip a hill? Can't do it. Got to do it either way. Now, if you go this side where they had the museum on this side, instead of skipping the 21 with the high school, it's going straight up. You get the hills flattened out a little bit, but still, all in all, you're still going to hit a hill. Still going to hit a hill. No matter what. But the hill's good exercise. I used to see the 8th Street Bridge over here. That's a long bridge. That's a long bridge. Long bridge. You know, it's interesting. Somewhere, so that's what I said, sometimes things happen for a reason because it's for ways for God to build your faith stronger. I walk that bridge every freaking day. No problem. I don't fear bridges. at all, not one fear. But somewhere along the line, something popped up in the middle of the bridge. I became terrified to cross it. Like I felt like intrusive thoughts. It tells you to jump off something. That's what popped up in my head. Now I'm suicide, not at all, period, no. But sometimes when you're really high up on something, them weird intrusive thoughts are popping, like jump, and I laugh when I see those people do it on TikTok. Like that's really true. It's crazy. I think it's because your mind becomes overwhelmed with fear. But somewhere on that bridge, I picked up this fear of bridges. And that went on for at least, I would say roughly that went on for about 6 months. Like this fear of bridges. I'm like, how the freak did I just end up with a fear of bridges when I jumped off a bridge? I did bungee jumping before, skated across bridges, all that stuff. So how would I have a fear of bridges? But apparently somewhere along the line, I picked up one, and it was really bad too. It was so bad that if I walked across the bridge, I would literally break down and ball up, and I can't move. I would literally freeze. So where I pay my cell phone bill at, there's a bridge there. I have to cross that spot in order to pay my bill. And I could pay for it on my cell phone, I could, but they charged me $10 more for the charge. So what I started doing was, I started crossing the bridge. I started praying. I started listening to Christian music. I walk across. And it's funny, right across that bridge, it said, God saves. God loves you. It says right there across that bridge. On the other side, it's a church. So I walked across that bridge, kept walking across it, and kept praying. And the devil would pop up in my head and say, oh, you're going to fall off the bridge. Someone's going to knock you off the bridge. This is going to happen. And Jesus said, I'm on the other side. Come get me. Come see me. I'm on the other side. Are you going to deny me and not see me? Or are you going to cross the bridge and come see me? And I said, I'm coming to see you, Jesus. I walk right across that bridge. Now, no fear of bridges. I don't have it anymore. It's gone. Because you know why? Jesus is in control of all things. God's in control of all things. So I don't have that fear. No more. It's gone. See how amazing God is? God will put you in the task and situations to make your faith stronger, to believe in Him more, to get more faith in Jesus. I could have let that bridge cripple me. I could have let the devil come in and cripple me and scare me crossing those bridges. But I put my faith in Jesus and I can cross the bridge. I think people who, at the end of the day, hear this, they get mad and they get angry. You know why they get mad and angry? That's the devil in them. They get mad and angry because they don't like it when Mr. Bird talks about his victories for God. Satan's already in you. That's sad. You better get that demon out of you. You better get it out of you. Keep on playing that games with that demon at the end of the day. You better get it out of you. You better get it out of you, I tell you. They get mad when I talk about my victories and how the Lord has blessed me. And I watch it. I see it in you. I see it in you when I sit there and talk about my fears and my troubles. Hey, come in the room. Oh, come in the room. That's the devil. Come in the room. Listen. Or what happened to him? Or we went through this, he went through that. Let me listen. Let me see what comes out of this. That's y'all. Listen to the devil. Already in you already. And in a minute I talk about how the Lord has blessed me and allowed me to get past all that. Now they leave. They're upset. They're angry. They're bitter. You leave with Satan. That's bad. I'm going to tell you something. If the Lord would allow you to see what you listen to, but then again, you wouldn't be able to handle it. No one would be able to handle it. No man can handle it. You would slip into madness because your brain and your mind would not be able to accept what you're seeing. So you would slip into madness. You wouldn't be able to handle it. Thank God. I don't never want to. I've seen forms of them in human-like forms, but I never want to see anything like that. Ever. But it's scary the fact that you follow that. You serve that. That is your God. You serve it, becomes your God. Like I said, that girl from The Exorcist, based on the true story, she was in your home right now. She came to your door and she knocked on your door and said, hey, I'm going to spend the night in your home. You opening up the door? No, you're not. You wouldn't dare open that door. She was on your lawn floating up and down and flying all up in your windows. Would you invite her in? Would you open up a window and let her in? No, you wouldn't. You'd be terrified. Who would you call on? You call on God. You grab your Bible and you call on God. That's what you would do, right? All right, interesting. But you let it, you talk to it every day. When it tells you to do evil things, when someone's talking about the Lord and you run, you don't want to hear it. At the end of the day, you listen to it. You partner up with it. That's what you do. People going to church. That's beautiful. All dressed up. You got to go up because I want to hit the FBI building. We're actually below the FBI building right now. I want to be near the FBI building. So, got to do a hill either way. That's how it works. But, yeah. I hear somebody preaching about the Lord. I go right over to him. Yeah, amen, brother. Amen. That's right. Devil sitting across the street, angry as can be. Don't want no part of that. Nope. Well, I look at it this way. You listen to it, right? Some of you sleep in the bed with the devil, right? So how are you going to deny it when it comes to see you? How are you going to run? How are you going to be afraid of it when it comes to see you? You partner with it. You might as well face it head on, see it face to face for what it is, right? But you don't want no part of that. That terrifies you. You'd be running and turning around calling out to God. God save me, God save me, God save me. Please help me, save me, God. Get it away from me. Get it away from my house. Save me, Lord. But all that time you were listening to it. They had no problem listening to it then. Yep. That guy was sitting in his car and one walked right over to his car. We knew what that was. Other people said they don't know. Said that, well, she's on drugs. That wasn't on drugs. He growled like a dog. Everybody knew what that was. It was demon possession. That's what that was. Gotta be careful. They'll reach out to you. Try to grab you. All right, people. We are going to be hitting the FBI building in a few minutes. We got to walk in, so we're good. It's a long walk. Because we cut up in different areas, that's why. Went from here, came back over here. Yep. Now, we got a football season coming up. Of course, it's already here. And again, I can't go out and sell Eagle projection screens. That'll get me sued. Can't trademarks. Can't touch that. But we can sell our screens to fans, because that's the fans that are going to buy our screens for Super Bowl and football season. So when we put stuff up on the website, we use clip arts only because anything else will get us in trouble. We do have something up there. We definitely put down at the bottom that anything we're showing up there, we don't own it for the rights or the money whatsoever. That it's copy and trademark it for, you know, da-da-da-da-da. Now you're giving their credit because it's their stuff at the end of the day. Now if they contact me and say, hey, Mr. Bird, we need to move it, it's gone. Just like that. That's what we do. But we don't go in, yeah, keep that up. Riding that close to somebody, get your head taken off. That was stupid. See how close you just came with that bike? If I moved over to the left, you're never supposed to come up to a pedestrian that close. Yep, we got the wrong person. Jeez. Jeez. That's what I mean by Allentown's boundaries. Y'all don't have boundaries down here. Y'all don't know boundaries. Y'all mess around and go up to North Philly, or one of them places up in Philly. With the same mentality, you won't live that long. You go to Philadelphia, where I was at, You won't make it that long. Because they don't play around with boundaries up there. That would be considered to be a threat. Yeah, you got to be careful, man. You never ride that close. If I had stepped down in front of that bike and got hit, that's a $50,000 lawsuit. She's getting sued. On top of that, I can file charges against her and have her locked up. Stupid. Doing dumb stuff. Matter of fact, bikes are not supposed to be on the sidewalk. I'm gonna talk to some people because I know the mayor. I'm gonna talk to some people. They didn't pass a law. I would literally go to City Hall and pass this one, get a petition going, because you're gonna kill somebody. Imagine that was a senior citizen and they moved out a little bit to the left. Could have struck that person, could kill somebody like that. I could take the hit. I ain't got no problem. Oh, we're here, FBI building. Bam, that fast. But yeah, I could take that hit. I'm good with it. But somebody, an old lady or somebody, would have took that hit? Man, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah, that suit her so badly, man, her whole family would have felt that hit in the day. That's stupid, riding that close to somebody with a bike. See, that's the thing about Allentown. I got a photographic mind, and a photographic brain. If I see your face, I don't forget you. I will see you again. I always see everybody twice. Everybody. Once I get the imprint and I see you, I never forget it. I'll see you again. And I'll tell you, every time twice. I don't know what it is. I always see everybody twice. Good thing I'm a Christian, eh? I'm not that person anymore. Jeez, people. Just talking about that. Now, is my intentions to hurt that person? No. Not at all, period. Just saying that possibility you can get yourself hurt like that. You get the wrong person, they'll take it the wrong way. Now, you in North Philly, where I grew up at, and you race past somebody like that, there's a 100% chance that someone's pulling something out and they're going to fire a couple of rounds. They don't care who's in the street, don't care. She keep it up, she don't get the wrong person. And that's the thing about life. You mess around, you get the wrong person sooner or later. And the wrong person is what makes everything even out. All right, people, let's see how much time we got on the walk right now, because we got a good distance in the day. And am I tired? Heck no, I'm not even thirsty. I'm not even going to drink right now. Still not even thirsty. Oh yeah, let's see what we got, people. Oh, we got 9,000. 9,000. Blah, blah, blah. I got my phone act right here a little bit. Get it on the read. Can we get the reading? Can we get the reading? 9,790. So I'm gonna get my by the time I leave, I gotta go take care of some business. By the time I get over there, I'm already gonna hit my my whatchamacallit, my 10,000 already. She was cute. She shouldn't be coming that close to somebody at the end of the day. She don't hurt somebody like that. Respect, people, respect. All right, I'm gonna head up because I got something I gotta do. But I'm done. I ain't done my walk. This is just the beginning. This is just basically, we do that just to basically get out and get our exercise in, but we're still gonna be walking all over the place. All right, y'all have a good one. Be safe out there. God bless.